Hey, what's up, guys? Joining me today, we're going to be taking a look at a new piece of hardware I picked up. Came recommended by Snowy from chat, one of my mods on Twitch. I've actually had my eyes on this controller for a minute, but it was back ordered. Not a sponsored deal, so I did order this myself to show it off to you guys. This is the Nyxi Wizard. It is a wireless controller for the Nintendo Switch Lite and OLED. I don't know why they put Lite on there. I guess you could use it wirelessly. Sure, but they don't dock, so probably mostly for regular Switch and OLED. I've already had some time with this guy. We've already got it open. It is GameCube shape, which is pretty sick. If you're into the GameCube, I was always a big fan of GameCube controllers. I like the Octo gates on it. If you guys are into that, though, if you are not, they do have different stick covers that are more traditional modern circles, so you don't have the Octo. I like the Octo that they used on the N64 and the GameCube. So just from like a build quality level, the plastic feels good. It feels very similar to like how a GameCube controller felt. The buttons are nice and clicky, feels good. The joysticks are fantastic. They're Hall sensor joysticks, so you'll never get any sort of stick drift. This is my first Hall sensor controller, and honestly I wish more first parties would go with Hall sensor, but I get why they don't, because if the part doesn't break down, you don't got to replace your controller. So a lot of third parties are starting to lean on Hall sensors. A lot of the handhelds like the Neo I think uses Hall sensor, which makes sense for a handheld PC because those parts are difficult to replace. There's some kits for the DualSense Edge, and I think there's a kit for the Steam Deck, and I'm actually interested in trying that one. I do like the backlights on the buttons. Pretty cool. I think that's a neat feature, though the font is weird to me. I don't know. It's not like a traditional Nintendo font, though I guess it couldn't be. But a couple caveats with the controller itself. For starters, the D-pad. If I had to grade the D-pad alone, it's like a C tier D-pad. It's not very clicky. Like Nintendo has always been known for how like tactile their D-pads are. Has a nice mush to it, a nice click, feels good. This is by far probably one of the least satisfying D-pads I've used and this is a $70 product, so it's a premium price. And it did arrive pretty quickly. Just like the other Nintendo controllers, the shoulders are digital, they're not analog, which if you're a fan of the old GameCube, it was always really satisfying because it had like a nice mush and then click with the analog sticks themselves. And then another cool feature for this guy is the back has a couple paddles on it. If you were someone who wants a paddled Switch controller, you have one here. And they are programmable on the fly, so you can switch it to any two buttons that you'd like for your paddles, which is kind of cool. It does come off of the dock base pretty easily, which is pretty sick. And then I've got my Switch base console over here. This is not my OLED. I did get the Zelda OLED, which is beautiful. And it kind of makes in handheld mode. It's pretty big. It's beefy. But I'm a dude who has pretty big hands. There's no great way like when I'm on camera to show you. Like I guess I could put a camera at my eye level. Maybe we'll edit it. Probably not though. But it feels much more comfortable. I'm a dude with like normal size human hands. They're like guy hands. So pretty nice. Feels good in actual Switch mode. The buttons are like right up here, so there's like this weird dip here when you're playing with it, but you don't really notice because like my hands are very comfortable on this guy. Feels pretty good, to be honest with you. As far as using it in handheld mode. Docked mode, it works like any other Joy-Cons. You connect it to the Switch, it'll read both individually, then make them a unified controller through the Switch software. Another caveat, charges from two separate ports or if it's connected to the Switch. So if you're going to charge this bad boy, you probably want to connect it to the Switch because charging from two ports is weird. And this is also kind of a low point for me as well because I was hoping to maybe use this on PC for emulation or maybe try it on, any games on PC because this is the only Hall sensor pad that I have now, but to no avail. I think I would actually need to connect both of these bad boys via Bluetooth to the computer and then set them up separately. There might be some software out there that lets you unify joycons for PC emulation. If I thought of it, it probably exists, so I'm not going to take points off for that because this is mainly for use with the Switch console itself. I'm sure there are tricks and things that you can use to get it to work on PC. I'll probably just stick to my Pro Controller for any sort of Switch or Nintendo controller use on my PC. But otherwise, very strong build, nice controller, great in my hands because I have big hands. To me, it feels on par, if not a little bit better to hold than, say, the Switch Pro controller. And it's also got that nice nostalgic Nintendo feel. I don't know if it comes in the orange, the spice orange. That was my favorite GameCube color. A lot of people like the purple. I like the spice orange. It might be on their website. I did no research before. I'm pretty sure it was just in the purple. Maybe black. I don't know. But I would like the spice orange, Nyxi. Other than that, good pad. I can recommend. $70, a little bit steep. But if you're looking for a very unique pad that you'll pretty much never get stick drift on, the Nyxi Wizard's probably a good call for you, depending on how much of a Switch handheld gamer you are. As far as the score, I don't know. Numbers, letters. We'll give it like an A, with S being highest. You know, it loses some points for the 2 ports, which is weird. And then also the D-pad. The D-pad is maybe like a B+. Maybe like a B+. Sure. Anyways, if you're looking for a new Switch controller, check her out. Nyxi Wizard.